This is a video tutorial for SP7a, the solar system, and this is for triple students only. So in today's video, I want to look at describing how ideas about the structure of the solar system have changed over time. What are the parts of the solar system? Is it just the sun and planets? And what are the names and the order in terms of the distance from the sun of the 8 planets in our solar system? So first, I want to look at 2 different models of our solar system, and these are known as the geocentric model and the heliocentric model. What I'd like you to do is take a look at those 2 words, see if you can break them down into smaller parts that you might recognise, and see if you can work out what these 2 models of the solar system might be. Pause the video and have a go. Okay, we're going to start by looking at the geocentric model. Now you can split the word geocentric into geo and centric. Now geo comes from the same root word as geography, another subject you learn at school. And geography is all about the study of the Earth. And geo roughly translates as Earth. Now centric is very similar to central or centre. So this word, or this model, literally translates to geo, Earth, centric, centre. So Earth, centre. And the Earth is at the centre of the model. So this is what the geocentric model actually looks like, with the Earth in the centre, and the Moon, and Mercury, and all the other planets, including the Sun, which we know is not a planet, it's a star, orbiting around the outside. And this is what Aristotle thought the solar system looked like. Now for heliocentric, this helio, this time it means the sun, and it comes from the same root word as helium, which is an element that we find in the sun. So helio, sun, centric, this is one where the sun is in the centre. And this is what our solar system actually looks like, with the sun in the middle and everything else orbiting around the outside. And now we know this is actually what our solar system is. The geocentric model stated that the Earth was at the centre of the solar system. So remember, geo, Earth, centric, centre. Geocentric model, Earth in the centre of the solar system. And this was devised by a scientist called Ptolemy. And the heliocentric model was devised by Copernicus, and this stated that the sun was in the centre of the solar system. Now this idea was originally rejected by the church, as the Earth was considered special in Christianity. And they didn't want to believe that anything else but anything else but the Earth was in the centre of the solar system, and in fact the universe. But eventually enough evidence was gathered, and we had to conclude that it was in fact the sun at the centre of the solar system and not the Earth. And the Earth actually orbited around the sun. So for your next task, what I'd like to do is take the address here and put it into the correct order. So the same way that you would for a normal address, where you'd have your house number, then your road, and then your town, and then your county, and then your country. Try to put this into the correct order in terms of the entire universe. So pause the video now and have a go. So hopefully you got something like this, with Chelmer Valley High School at the top, then Chelmsford, Essex, England. So this is what you would usually put in your address. Then you go to the planet, which is the Earth, then the solar system, then the Milky Way, which is the galaxy that our solar system is in, and then the universe, which is all of the galaxies put together. So this is what our solar system actually looks like. We start with the sun in the middle. Now this picture is not to scale. If this was actually to scale, these planets would be a lot smaller, and they'll be a lot further away and a lot spread further apart. But to make it easier to look at, so that we can go through what order the planets go in, we have this picture where they're all condensed. Now the first planet closest to the sun is Mercury, and it's the first of the 4 rocky planets in our solar system. Next up is Venus, and then Earth. So Earth is the 3rd closest planet to the sun, and then finally we have Mars. Now after Mars, we have what's called the asteroid belt, and this is a collection of large rocks that orbit around the sun between Mars and Jupiter. After the asteroid belt, we have the four gas giants. So we have Jupiter, which is the largest planet in the solar system, then Saturn, then Uranus, and then Neptune. And then beyond Neptune, we have the Kuiper belt objects. So this is similar to the asteroid belt, a collection of large rocks that orbit right at the edge of the solar system. Now you need to be able to know the order of the 8 planets in our solar system. And the easiest way to do this is to create some sort of acronym or song using the first letters of each of the planets. So I've got an example here. So for Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, we have My Very Excellent Mother Just Served Us Nachos. And if you'd like, a short task you can try to do is to make your own one of these that will help you to remember the order of the 8 planets, as it is something you need to know for your GCSE. Now here, this is just a diagram showing the diameters and the distances from the Sun of the 8 planets, as well as Ceres, which is an object in the asteroid belt, and Pluto, which is an object in the Kuiper belt. Now we originally thought Pluto was a planet, it was classed as a planet, but then we found many, many objects that were the same size or larger than Pluto, and rather than making all of those planets, we downgraded Pluto, and now we no longer think of it as a planet. So you can see here that the 4 rocky planets at the near the centre of our solar system are the smallest of the planets, and then the gas giants are much larger, and then the the distance that they are away from the Sun gets bigger as you go through between the rocky planets and gas giants. Now, to make it easy to model these solar system, we can convert these distances to millimetres and metres to be able to create a model. And if we were back at school, we would actually go out and we would try to make this model. And if you do this, when we go through this again, we may go out and actually make this model here, where we have Pluto all the way 50 metres away from the Sun, and we make them roughly the right diameter using bits of paper. Now this task is for those students that are looking to get the really, really high grades. Now when we're talking about the distance between the Sun and different planets, it's not very helpful to talk about these distances in terms of kilometres. The numbers just get too big and it's a bit awkward to use them. So what astronomers actually do is use this unit here, AU, which stands for astronomical unit. And one AU is equal to 1.5 times 10 to the 8 kilometres. So what I'd like you to try to do is, using this conversion here, try to convert the distances between the Sun and the planets into AU. So pause the video now and have a go. Okay, so I'm now going to give you the answers so you can mark your work. So here you go. So what you might have realised is that 1 AU, 1 astronomical unit, is equal to the distance between the Sun and the Earth. And this is the definition of an astronomical unit. It's an average distance between the Sun and the Earth. So take a look at the answers there, mark your work, see where you've gone wrong if you've made any mistakes. But that is the end of this video tutorial for SP7a, the solar system.